Hey everyone, One Big Boss here, and well, as you can tell from the title below of the video, talking the Resident Evil movies. Wasn't going to do this because Alpha Omega Sin, he did it already, and he pretty much said his side and pretty much every other fan's reaction to these movies and everything, but I put it up, and I had a lot of people tell me, I put his video up on my Facebook and people were like, oh, well, you can't be shitting on those movies, they're actually good, they're really good and everything, and I was like, no, they're not, okay? Normally, I'm the kind of guy who says, oh, okay, well, here's where this is good, and this is where this is bad. No, these movies are just complete crap, with a few exceptions, which I will get to later on in the video. But it's like, my God, when this movie first got announced, years ago, because this movie series is over 10 years old now. First one came out in 2002. They were planning a Resident Evil movie years ago. And when Resident Evil 2 came out, which I don't have that specific version of the game, but on the cover it says you could win a part in the Resident Evil movie if you filled out the thing that was inside the case and everything. The original script was done by George A. Romero, and for some weird reason, Capcom said, no, forget it, we're not doing that. But yet, he directed the commercial for Japan for Resident Evil 2. If you haven't seen that, go watch it, because it's pretty badass, and it's got that George A. Romero touch to it, too. It's really good. But, it's just... Hollywood gets their hands on everything and just ruins it. And I've said it time and time again. Hollywood ruins everything it touches, pretty much, okay? Every video game movie that has come out has been terrible. With the exception of the first Mortal Kombat movie, I actually really liked that movie like a lot of other people did. It was the sequel that wasn't so good. When we all know how bad the Mario Brothers movie was, we won't even get into that. The Blood Rain movies and, the Resident Evil movies, just not, some of the other ones we've had, like the live-action King of Fighters, live-action Tekken, the Dead or Alive movie was horrible. And they're just all really bad. So... we get these terrible, terrible movies, and Hollywood just takes something that's popular and fucks it up. They said, oh, well, we can do whatever we want. As long as it's got that name on it, we can make money off of it. And unfortunately, that's what these Resident Evil movies have done for Hollywood. Somehow, they're working on the 6th movie now. 6th movie. How do you let that get 6 damn movies when the last 2 and 3 were not that good? Now, again, I've seen every one of these movies, but never once, not once, have I ever paid to actually see these movies. And no, I didn't pirate them, I didn't illegally download them or anything like that. No, I didn't watch it at somebody's house. I've seen every one of those movies in the damn theater. How, may you ask? Well, I was still pretty young when the first ones came out, so I was, my parents gave me money to go see them. So, technically, I wasn't wasting my own money for that. And, yeah, it was 1, 2, and... the first 2 movies were free, and the third one was movie ticket. It was a movie ticket. That was a free movie ticket that I used. I worked nights. I worked overnight, so I didn't get out of that job until like 7 in the morning. And there was a movie theater right across the street, so I sat down there. And in the movie theater, it was just me, because it was an early showing, and it was perfect. And then the next one, which was Afterlife? Yeah, it was Afterlife. Wasn't too impressed by that one. That one I got in because my ex's best friend's father was the district manager for all the movie theaters in the area. So that was perfect. So we got in for free. And unfortunately, it was the 3D showing, and again, fuck 3D. Nobody wants to see 3D movies. They suck. Movies are already expensive enough as it is. It's like $11 to get into a regular movie, and it's like $15 for the fucking 3D. And then you gotta factor in the popcorn, the soda, the snacks, everything like that are like $7 fucking for like everything, like individually. But again, nobody cares about 3D. Those suck, and they ain't gonna help make these movies any better. The movies were already also terribly casted, terribly acted, and just all around terribly produced, created, everything. The first movie, you had the mansion on the outskirts of the city, but that's pretty much all you had. The liquor was known as the Tyrant, which I don't understand that. I don't understand how you could fuck that up. Not putting the original Tyrant in there. Think about it. That movie could have been better if the Tyrant was released on, when all the security locks got disabled in that movie, if the Tyrant was released from a unit that was being held in. And it just have it, like, slowly walking down the halls at people and shit like that. That would have been fucking great. You know, the security doors slam down, the Red Queen fucks with them and everything like that. They get that they're safe for a while because the Tyrant can't break down the door. Shit like that. But it was still bad movie. Second movie comes out and everything like that. Even worse. The only good thing about that movie was the fact that the chick who played Jill Valentine, Sienna Guillory, was actually a really good Jill Valentine. Not only, one, did they get the outfit right, two, she got the attitude down pretty good. Now, I admit the attitude was a little more over the top than it was in the game at times. Because you remember in Resident Evil 3, because that's where Jill really got a personality, because you really can't count any personalities from the first game because they were so horribly acted. But Jill's voice actor in Resident Evil 3, Catherine Disher, she did a really good job with that character. And Sienna Guillory, who actually studied the character, watched the gameplay, and listened to the voice and how the speech was done, she used that, and it came out good. Third movie came out where the whole world was seamlessly swallowed up by the desert for some unknown reason. It was fucking stupid. That was just horrible. Fourth one, Afterlife, was even worse. But in that one, at least the guy who played Wesker was somewhat better than the guy who played him in 3. Because in 3, he just looked like a douche. And the fourth one wasn't that good. He kind of sort of had the voice and character down, but not so much. And I think that's where they should have just brought in DC Douglas and had him do the part. And then Extinction was even more worse. Oh my god, did they fuck that up. They fucked it up so bad. Like, I mean, there's nothing even Resident Evil related to this series really anymore. The girl who played Ada was actually really good because she looked the part and everything, and even sounded the part. But what many people don't know is the reason why she sounded the part was because the girl who played her in the live action part of it, in that movie, she couldn't really speak English that well or sound enough like Ada. So they had Sally Cahill, who was the voice actress for Ada Wong for almost every single Resident Evil game, come and do the voiceover. So that's why she sounded like Ada from the games, because she was. And now they got the new one coming out, and I'm just like, I've said it before and time and time again, Hollywood fucks everything up. And somehow they still get this place. And I'm sorry, Milla Jovovich, you may like her and everything like that. Personally, I think she's a good person for what she does in real life. As far as acting goes, don't think she's a great actress. Two, she ain't much to look at. I don't think she's really that attractive. I mean, she's got a pretty face, but in every movie she's like fucking naked and she's a human skeleton. Pretty much. That's all you ever see in that. And plus, she's banging the director, who's her husband anyway, so I don't think she was a good choice for that movie because her character should never even been in the movie. Her character is so boring and bland. Anything. My God, like, even Vanilla Ice Cream is more exciting than her. And like I said, I look at the CGI movies that were done a couple of years ago. There's been 2 of them, Damnation and Degeneration. Those are actually, it's Degeneration first, then Damnation. That had connections to the original Resident Evil games. Now, unfortunately, those things never connected to anything else in the video games. They were just there. But they had the characters we all know and loved and that were established. Except for Resident Evil... Resident Evil Damnation had 3 characters we knew. Ingrid Hunningham, Leon Kennedy, and Ada Wong. The first one had Leon and Claire in it. But, I mean, that was still good despite some people hating on Leon of how they made him such like a mean kind of dick or whatever. And it was different from Resident Evil 4. But still, those movies, the CGI movies, were a lot fucking better because they were done by the right people and they got shown off in Japan. But you would never see anything like that in America. You would never see those awesome movies get on the big screen and get their chance. Because I can tell you right now, those ones would probably get you a lot more money than the fucking movies that came out now. Because there are still a lot of hardcore Resident Evil fans, old school Resident Evil hardcore fans. Regardless, these movies just need to stop. And I mean, as Alpha Omega Sin put it in his video, a reboot could work. Now, much like him, I'm not a fan of when they reboot shit because when they reboot something that was good and should have been left alone, it usually turns out bad. But in this case, I think when something has already been this bad from the beginning, I think you might be able to do it. Problem is, if you let Hollywood get a hold of it, it fucks everything up because Hollywood just looks for the money. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about jack shit. They just want the money. And that's why Hollywood sucks and there's nothing original that comes out of them anymore. So now I'm upset. Everybody finally got what they wanted. They wanted my word on this, you know, because I got so much flack for saying that I hate these movies and I hate the actors, blah, 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 blah. I hate the choices. But you gotta understand, I've been a fan of this game series before it was even conceived. Like, a thought was conceived even to become a movie. So to see something I love so much butchered on the big screen, that's terrible. That's why I'm glad they were never able to go forth and make a Metal Gear movie. They could never, ever touch what Metal Gear was. Like I said, it's pretty sad that we gotta have these shitty movies keep coming out and ruining a franchise that pretty much has already destroyed itself in a way. But still, it's just like pouring salt on an open wound, pretty much, is what this is. How the fuck they got funding for another one when the last one and the one before that didn't even do what they wanted, and it didn't perform that well in the box office. But apparently, it made enough in sales or whatever to give us another one. Again, fuck the regular movies and shit like that. Forget those things and go for the CGI ones if you're a true fan. If you want to see how Resident Evil really should be, then you watch those movies. If you like the live action movies, then fine, you'll like them. Whatever. But don't try to argue with a fan like me when you say that they're not that bad. They're a bad thing. If you don't know anything about the video game series, then fine, watch them. But again, even though I'm a fan, I took that out of the equation and really analyzed the movie. They are terribly acted, terribly produced, directed, everything. So, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have the same thoughts and reactions I do to this and all that crap. So, as always, sign off down below. Let me know what you all think of this, because I'm interested to see the feedback. So, please thumbs up the video, because this is a video that deserves one. Subscribe, because it's free in this day and age. Free is a damn good thing. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I will see you all next time.